Hey everyone, this is your host, Artist of Anime, and welcome to the Rant Show. Hey everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Rant Show. I am your host, Sebastien, also known as Artist of Anime. For those of you who are familiar with my past episodes, I used to refer myself as a long list of names, but I figured I'd cut it down short to just these two. Reason being, for those of you who are familiar with my YouTube channel, that is my name on YouTube, N7Karu, and for those of you that are familiar with my cosplay fan page name on Facebook, it is Artist of Anime. So, there you go. Alright, this time around, on this episode of The Rant, I wanted to talk about what happened at E3. More specifically, what happened with BioWare at E3. For a while before E3, I tried to keep up online with news and whatever of, any information of if they were going to announce a Mass Effect 4 at E3 or not, if BioWare was. And before I continue the statement, I'm just going to let you know right now, for those of you who haven't beaten or played Mass Effect 3 yet, this is probably going to be a spoiler alert for you, so you might want to skip past this part of the video. But, like I was saying, I tried to keep up with all the information before E3 about if BioWare was going to announce a Mass Effect 4. And from everything I read, it was a good possibility. Now, for those of you who watched E3 like myself, they made no hint of a Mass Effect 4. Or if they did, I completely didn't hear it or whatever. But to the best of my knowledge, they didn't. And to be honest, this greatly disappointed me because, like many others, I'm sure there are many other Mass Effect fans out there that were wishing for this. I wanted a Mass Effect 4. And after E3 and all that, I was talking to one of my friends about this and about how disappointed I was and still am, but they made a good point. They said just because at this E3 that BioWare did not announce a Mass Effect 4 being made, it doesn't mean that they won't in the near future, because let's face it, with new game systems coming out, they're going to be out for a while. So there's still plenty of time for BioWare to announce them coming out with a Mass Effect 4. Like at the next E3 or hopefully sooner. So here's hoping that they do announce soon that they're making a Mass Effect 4. But like I said at the beginning, I tried to keep up with articles and stuff about seeing if they were going to make a Mass Effect 4 and announce it at E3. And one of the articles I read, which I'll leave in the link below, if any of you want to read it, the link to read the article, is the article writer was talking with some people from BioWare, and he's trying to get out of them if they were going to announce at E3 or not, if they were going to be making a Mass Effect 4. Or if they were going to be making a Mass Effect 4 at all, to be honest. And to be honest, they said that they weren't sure. I believe it was. I don't have the article on me, or else I'd probably quote them right now. But they pretty much said that they weren't sure. And they gave a general idea that if they do make a Mass Effect 4, the way they would like it to go, and the way they put it is that if they do make a Mass Effect 4, they were probably going to try and make it about one of his companions, making like one of his companions the main character in the new game. And some of them said they really like Garrus to be the main character for the new one. And even like the article writer expressed his opinion about that was probably a good idea, like Garrus be the main character. They also hinted at it, about them possibly making it a prequel, which the article writer at this point disagreed and said that would probably be a stupid move if they did, which I'd have to agree with them, because let's face it, every game in their mother, or whatever word you want to use at this point, has made a prequel of their games, and it's getting kind of old. So I hope that BioWare doesn't go this route if they make a Mass Effect 4. But to be honest, when they said that if they do make a Mass Effect 4, they're probably going to make it about one of his companions being the main character, and when they said Garrus, I was even more disappointed and hoping even more that they don't, because granted, in all 3 games, Garrus is a great companion to have on the team. You know, he's the bad man with jammer with the gun pretty much. And he's good like that. That fits his status. His storyline fits the status of him being Commander Shepard's, you know, one of his companions. But his storyline, his status, whatever word you want to use, in my opinion, great, this is my opinion, does not make him main character status, I guess. I don't know how else to put it. I pretty much basically on the line don't think he is main. He should be a main character. I don't think he fits the bill. I don't think he has the background, the status to be a main character for Mass Effect. Like I said, he's a good companion to have on. He's a good companion to have on Shepard's team in all 3 games. But that was about it. And to express this even more, my whole idea, or you know, my idea of the way I wanted things to go, if they do make a Mass Effect 4, or the way I want them to go if they do make a Mass Effect 4. Sorry, for those of you that are familiar with my show in the past, I had to take a small little break. But where was I? Oh yeah. Like I said, my whole idea of the way I think Mass Effect 4 should go is like this. I think pretty much it should continue off of Mass Effect 3. With that being said, here's a little spoiler thing I was talking about at the beginning of my show. I think it should still leave off where Mass Effect 3. I think it should leave off where Mass Effect 3 left. Begin where Mass Effect 3 left off. And I still think it should deal with Commander Shepard. And for those of you who have got the cutscene, or I'm sure have at least seen the cutscene on YouTube, after you make one of the 3 choices, whether the quote-unquote good choice where you control the Reapers, or the neutral choice where you just combine all organics and symbiotics. I'm not sure if I said that word right or not, but you know what I mean. Or the quote-unquote bad choice where you just, cut all electricity, power, everything, and the world and the galaxy pretty much goes dark. After you do that and the Citadel blows up and stuff, there's a cutscene you can get at the end to where it shows Commander Shepard's chest among the rubble, I guess, of the Citadel, and right before the cutscene ends, it shows him breathing. So, if BioWare decided to run off of 3 and run off what happened in 3 going into 4, and said it was still going to be about Commander Shepard, no one could really use the argument saying Commander Shepard's dead, because he's not. But like I said, I think they should run off of what happened in 3 into 4, and after the Normandy crashes and stuff, it isn't too badly damaged too. They just fly it back up, and they find Commander Shepard among the wreckage back on Earth, or someone on Earth finds him. And, he eventually rejoins his team. And, these are just 2 of the ideas of the storyline, I guess you could say, that Mass Effect 4 could run off of. It could go either 2 ways off the top of my head. One, for those of you who have played Mass Effect 3, the elusive man, the leader of Cerberus, could have left a backup plan, I guess you could say, in case he did get indoctrinated by the Reapers, or he died, which is both what happened pretty much. He could have left a backup plan in case that happened. So, 4 could be about whatever the backup plan is, about Shepard and the rest of them stopping this backup plan. Or it could be about the second thing, It could be about just them stopping this mad scramble for power. What I mean by that is that, with what happened in 3, half the galaxy's in chaos. Some of the worlds were on the brink of being destroyed. So, it could just be about them stopping, certain races or whatever, trying to grab that, trying to grab for the power over control of everyone else among all this chaos. Even more so into that fact, or the idea of that, is for those of you who played Mass Effect 1 and played the DLC to where you have to stop that asteroid from crashing into Novaria, or stop the where you have to stop them from stop the asteroid from crashing into Novaria, and you have to either at the end of the DLC you have to either kill or let go the Batarian leader, Balak, I think his name is. Sorry, once again, had to take a little break. But now that I think about it, I'm not sure if the town or the place that the asteroid almost crashes into is Novaria. I forget exactly the name. That might be it. Not sure, but hopefully you know what I'm talking about. But like I said, even more so the idea that this idea could run off of is with Balak, the Batarian leader of the Batarians that are on the asteroid trying to crash into the city. And you have to make the choice to whether either shoot him or let him go so you can let the hostages that he has live. You could run off the idea of if Shepard let him live. And between what happened then into the end of 3, Balak could have been off somewhere, gathering an army and stuff, and now amongst all this chaos, he makes his move and leaves this army to take over what's left. And it could be about, Shepard and his team stopping him. Like I said, this is just, my idea of, well, 2 ideas off the top of my head of the way things could possibly go if they made a Mass Effect 4. And like I said, I hope that if they do make a Mass Effect 4, that they still make it about Shepard and running it off of what happened in the 3, going into 4, and that they keep it that way instead of making it a prequel, or making it about making the main character, making one of his companions the main character, especially Garrus. Hoping that doesn't happen. So that's just the general rant of the way I think things should go, and just my general disappointment that they haven't announced the Mass Effect 4 yet. With that being said, I want to get on the. With that being said, and pretty much me saying what I wanted to say about that, I wanted to get on to my second thing I wanted to rant about here today. And that was about what I heard happened a couple days ago. I watched the video, the news video on it, and read the article on it, and I actually wanted to talk about it here now. And that was about what happened at the NBA Finals in Texas when, for those of you that are familiar with him from America's Got Talent, I hope I pronounced his name right, Sebastien de la Cruz, that 11-year-old mariachi singer that was America's Got Talent, sung the national anthem for the NBA Finals in Texas. And though while it was well received with the crowd and with the players at the game, I think it was almost as soon as either the game was over or even after he sung it, a lot of racial tweets started showing up about, I can't really quote all of them because I would probably have to rate my video as mature then, so some people wouldn't be able to watch it. But I'll leave the link for the article that talked about this below my video. so you can read it for yourself. But pretty much, like I said, after this kid sung the national anthem, a whole bunch of racial tweets filled Twitter talking about this, calling the kid all sorts of names, just racist slander left and freaking right. And honestly, this ticked me off to no freaking end. You know, we have, to the people out there, if by any chance any of them are watching this, we have enough freaking problems in this world as is. We don't need your punk butts making crude comments like that to some kid who poured his heart and soul into singing for those people at the game. I watched the video after I saw this article and saw the news video about what happened. I watched the video of this kid singing. He sung it wonderfully. I even watched the season that he was on America's Got Talent, and even though he didn't win, I thought he did pretty dang good, and his singing on the show was pretty good. It does not matter if the kid is Mexican or not. It does not matter what freaking race he is. He lives in America, and he is an American. So he has every right to sing the freaking national anthem if he wants to. We have enough, like I said, we have enough problems in this freaking world as is. We don't need your racist jerk-off butts making it any worse. Your racist crap is not welcome and should not be tolerated. I honestly, it almost made me sick because they showed in the news, in the news article, not the news video, but the news article I read talking about this, it showed some of the tweets that these people were saying, these racist comments, and it honestly made me sick. Like, these people have no freaking common sense. They don't know how to use their freaking minds and get through the thick skulls that, hey, maybe I know this saying is really overused at times, but maybe if I don't have nothing nice to say, I shouldn't say it at all, maybe, I guess. It just, I honestly don't know what else to say about this. It just, when I read this video, when I read this article and watched this video about this, I honestly had to shake my head, and I honestly said WTF. Not that, but the full thing. Because I don't understand people like this. Just because, you know, this Mexican-American kid went and sung the American national anthem in front of everyone does not give you the right to spout every word you want. Okay, let me rephrase that. Hi, sorry once again, had to take a little break and kind of calm myself down. But like I was saying, let me rephrase what I just said. To better put it the way I wanted to. Just because you might see something that your little racist butt doesn't like, doesn't mean you should go spouting it off at the top of your lungs. And maybe, you know, just maybe, you should use more freaking common sense the next time before you say something. I know I've already said this once, and I'll say it again, so hopefully, like I said, if any of the people who put these tweets up are watching this, you know, it'll get through, hopefully with me saying it again, it'll get through your thick skulls. We have enough problems in this world as is already, if you haven't noticed. We do not need your little racist buttholes making things any worse. Or, yeah, making things worse. We have enough problems in this world as is. So, you know, just do a general favor next time. And like I said, I know this is an overused saying, But best fits the situation. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all. Especially if it's racist crap like that. Crap like that should not be tolerated. And like I said before, the people who did say it need their foot shoved in their mouths and their butts kicked out the door. I think I've said everything I need to say about that. And if none of you at this point got at least a little inkling on how I felt about that, I think you need help. But with that being said, I'd like to wrap things up on the show now. I hope you enjoyed this episode of The Rant. I hope you tune in for the next one. I am your host, Adam, aka N7 Karu, aka Artist of Anime. I hope you enjoyed this episode of The Rant, and see you next time. Peace. Everybody.